So this video is going to show you how to copy a sketch from one part studio to another and move that sketch so that it's appropriately located. So what we have here is an example of a part where this was a flashlight in the main part studio, and then we accidentally created the end cap of the flashlight, basically the part that closes in the batteries, in a different part studio. So the easiest way to fix this is to simply copy the sketch. So I'm already in the sketch, so double click on the sketch, just select everything. You can right click and copy. And now go back to your other part studio and create a new sketch on a sketch plane that would make sense for that sketch. And now you can just right click and say paste. Now the problem with this is it doesn't really know where you want those parts to live. So the first thing you want to do is decide what on here, on this main body, corresponds well with this sketch. So I'm actually just going to place that down because I didn't prepare my sketch ahead of time. So what you want, I'm going to want this surface that would be created when I revolve this to butt up against this end surface here. So to start on this sketch, I'm going to use the use command and project that shape onto our sketch. So now we have a point up there on the top. So basically I want this point to correspond with that point. Or actually, now that I think about it, better yet, perhaps we should even put a point down here on the center to make sure the centers are mated. That's really the important part, because if this isn't quite sized correctly, that would be a problem. So what I'm going to do is actually add a little sketch point right there. And what I want is for that to be lined up vertically. So I didn't actually mean to get the why is it telling me there are two? There we go. So I don't want that that midpoint, and I just want to say force this point and that point to be vertically aligned. So now I know that this point, which is on the center line, is vertically aligned here. Now, this isn't the best sketch drawing because it should have been fully constrained. If it were fully constrained, we could move it as soon as we placed it in the sketch. But since it's not, this is one way to get around it. I'm also going to put a point on the midpoint here. So hopefully you understand this. I want this point to be exactly on top of that point. And now, just so you see, you might say, well, why not use the coincident constraint? Well, if I pick this and I pick that, because this is not a fully constrained sketch that I brought over, it's going to go all kinds of crazy. I'm going to undo that. Now, I would say constrain this, and that would be a better practice. But just for the sake of learning how to do this, instead of constraining it, we are going to move it. And Onshape has that located under transform, because transform will also allow you to rotate at the same time, but you could just move. Basically, a move is a transform without any rotation. So if you look at these instructions, it says select all the sketch entities and then drag the manipulator and drag the center of the manipulator, which is that plane, the thing that looks like a plane, to actually move it. So let me show you what that means. So I'm going to draw a box around that so that I get all of those sketch entities. And now this is that manipulator that they were talking about. And basically you want to drag this point of the manipulator onto your reference point. So I'm going to move this and put it right down, and you can see that it's snapped. I'm going to put it on that point I just referred to. And now you should be able to grab this and move it right to there. And then you just hit the left mouse button. You can see that little icon that appeared with the green check over the left mouse button. Now that's there. And now what we could do is revolve this as a new part to be the end cap. But that's not really the subject of this video. So that actually, you can see these dimensions aren't right anyway. But that's how you transform or move a sketch from one part studio to another. That's it for now.